there's a huge interest in many people's hearts to say we have to keep Lansing for what it was. This wonderful place to raise a family, a kind of safe place from all the big metropolitan impacts around us. But Lansing is also on the cutting edge of change. It's strategically located in an extraordinary position here at the crossroads, in the sense, of the Midwest and of the nation.
We've tried to get everybody included in a comprehensive plan to give a vision of what they would like to see Lansing look like in the next 10 or 15 years.
Well, it was a 12-month study, and it was really good. We had a discussion, we had a big meeting at the library with, got our input with our citizens, we had our businesses.
A comprehensive plan is essentially taking a step back and saying, who are we today as a community? Who do we want to be 10, 20, 30 years from now? And what is it going to take to get there?
I mean, there'll be some direction that will change as we go, but it's at least a pattern that we can try to set to do,
It's more about the broader issues of land use planning. What are the types of things that we want to see in this corridor?
It would be nice to see that our elected officials, but also our staff, carry forward a plan so the plans just don't get lost over time.
They do the entire community, and then they have focuses of sub-areas. One of those sub-areas that we asked them to focus on was the downtown Ridge Road area. They take a look at, well, what is it going to take in this area to facilitate what it is that the community said in all of the public meetings that they want the downtown Ridge Road to be in the year 2020 and the year 2030. Well, they said they wanted it to be pedestrian friendly. They said that they wanted to have a sense of place. They wanted there to be destinations. They wanted, these kinds of, certain kinds of dining options. And
I think the downtown is unique. It's very unique. A lot of towns don't have what we have. It's a little kind of a historical downtown community,
One of the things that's a challenge down there is, for instance, the kinds of trees that were planted in the downtown area, they really weren't what are called streetscape trees. And so the canopy on the tree is so enormous that it serves to block the signage of the businesses. Well, that's not good if you're a business owner and you're trying to draw folks into your store. So we're going to be removing all of the trees in the downtown area, replacing them with streetscape trees that facilitate commerce. The plan didn't call for us to replace the trees. The plan gave us principles for what the priorities should be in the downtown area, and then we make specific plans that are guided by those principles and in compliance with them.
We have our Fox Point where we'll have our Autumn Fest, and soon as that is over, we've got some drawings already in the making for a new recreational area down at Fox Point.
And it's going to be a tremendous civic space. We're expecting to have an amphitheater there with seating for 2,000 people. It's going to be a remarkably wonderful draw regionally.
A lot of towns don't have that, and we do.
Cruise nights, that's bringing people into the downtown area.
It brings 3,000 to 4,000 people down there in the evening. In the restaurants, the candy place, the ice cream places, everybody thrives that night.
NESQUAD's been around for a while. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's an old 1998 squad car. Chose it up at a lot of our community events like the cruise nights and the Autumn Fest and other functions like that. It's a very great way for people to be able to communicate with the police in what would you consider like a non-official manner.
Many people look to the recreational facilities, parks, and things like that as a bellwether of how a community is doing.
And one of the things the Park District, of course, is going to be trying to do in the next election is have a referendum for a small increase on people's taxes to help them develop some more of the things and bring some more park equipment into the parks.
And so it's in our interest to see the Park District succeed.
I hope the residents will support the Park District's referendum. I know it's another little bit of tax on your real estate tax, but I think the Park District will certainly use it well. It'll bring some more equipment back into the parks and some more development in Park Plaza, which I think is going to be a part of making this a fine community.
We have a 20-year plan for the Lansing Airport.
Our airport manager, John De Laurentiis, does a phenomenal job.
One of the other things that's been, kind of in the works has been the extension of our north-south runway. We can land just about any kind of aircraft today on our existing runways. The problem is those aircraft can't leave, they can't depart fully loaded with fuel. So there's going to be more corporate aircraft that are going to want to locate there, which will mean more hangars will be built. The ancillary services that serve all of them will come as well. So
over the past 3 years, let's just say, we've received roughly $3 million to do some important improvements. One is the closeout of the final build out of the taxiway Bravo along 1836.
Certainly if we do the expansion, the major expansion of the airport, there should be some trickle-down economic development, but what we really want to do is concentrate on Lansing being the main beneficiary of that economic development. Certainly there's some opportunities across the street from Lansing, just north of the runway with some vacant land. So we're hoping not only would there be economic development opportunities that would inure its benefit on the airport itself, but maybe in Lansing and the surrounding areas.
We've begun to focus on the Ford hangar and its adaptive reuse, and how we could take advantage of this wonderful asset that we have here on the airport and in the village. We're sort of doing a rehab while we also try to use the hangar as much as possible. It's a balance between getting the high visibility and putting it to use right away, but the state it was in and the state that we inherited the building back was not perfect.
Recently, I formed a Ford Foundation to have people make contributions if they like to the Ford hangar.
very significant that the Ford Hangar Foundation now received, just in the past 10 days or so, their 501c3 status, which is extremely important to us in terms of pursuing grants for the restoration of that hangar. That's a facility that we intend to renovate to be a conference center, a banquet hall, a museum, and so it will become a real regional attraction. It's a national treasure, it really is. It's on the National Historic Registry. The organic pop-up market that occurred on September 5 and 6 was one of those events deliberately to draw attention to the Ford Hangar. Some of the funding from that event went to benefit the Ford Hangar Foundation to facilitate that renovation.
We really want to focus our efforts with the Ford Hangar Foundation to do the ultimate renovation of the Ford Hangar.
There is a sense that great things are coming here in Lansing. You really can't get around it.
Everything we're doing is, basically trying to upscale our community. My strive is to be a better community than other ones around me.
Take pride in what Lansing has. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. Is it on the road up? Yes, it is.
We can see the future, and we're excited by that because the future is bright.
We have a lot of heavy lifting yet to do, but there are a lot of really positive things that are happening right now, moving us in the right direction. And there's a lot of reason for optimism, and we're excited about what the future holds.